pushed it.
Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Rich. I want to give you guys a tour of my bonsai garden today. One of the cool things about my bonsai garden is it's a patio garden. So I want to show you guys what you can do with a small space for bonsai. I've been in bonsai for 3 years now. Been with the Phoenix Bonsai Society for 2 years. Got my helper out here with me today. This is Izzy. Izzy, say hi to the camera. Say hi. Say hi, buddy. All right, Izzy's going to show you her favorite trees today, and she's going to show you around her garden. So, without further ado, let's take a look.
Say hi to Sadie.
We got another helper here too. Look at this helper. Oh, she's a squirrely one. This is Sadie. She's another helper. They really like the fertilizer. Don't let them eat the fertilizer. Alright, so there's a nice overview of my bench. It's a two-tone color. I just built it. It's got outdoor polyurethane, 3 coats of Minwax on there. Let's take a look at some of these trees. I'm going to go quick because if I don't, we'll never get finished. This is a Shih Tzu that I got out at the swap meet. Phoenix Bonsai Society goes out to California once a year. Highly recommend. You can get some great trees out there. Very cool. Got this guy at House of Bonsai. I'm just letting it grow out. I don't like the way that it was styled, and so with juniper procumbens, that's one of the cool things that you can do. They grow so fast. If you make a mistake, just let it grow for a year. It's okay to just let trees grow and get healthy, especially if they've encountered an adverse reaction or an adverse event and they've become unhealthy. Just let them grow, get back to healthy. Or if you make a mistake in a styling and it's a procumbens, they grow so fast, just, let them grow out again, give it another try. This here's a Shih Tzu. I really like Shih Tzus. Same with this guy. It's another Shih Tzu. Got another Shih Tzu around here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. This is one of my favorite trees here. It's also my most expensive tree. Had to up pot it. It was really unhealthy. It was in full organic soil. It was basically in dirt, and it did fine in the summer, but in the winter, being in dirt, and then I got everything else in full organic soil, this guy was inadvertently getting overwatered, and it just started to develop root problems and became very unhealthy. It's starting to come back now. It's not in the ideal pot, but it's in a much bigger pot than it was, and that's just to allow it to recover and grow. So I'm not doing anything with this guy other than letting it recover. And then once it does, it's going to be a spectacular tree. Over here we've got a nice cork bark. As you can see, look at that cork. This I got from a guy named Ray in the club. He sells tons of Portulacarias, got a yard full of them. Really cool dude. Alright, moving on. What else? I can't show you everything, but I'll show you most of the trees. Here we've got a Cascade juniper procumbens. What's special about this is the pot. This is in a BG pot. So if you've ever heard of Tokonami, Japan, that's where all the premier potters are. And BG is a legendary potter in Tokonami. He makes shohin pots. He uses a vermilion clay. It's got a burnished look. Can't really see it too well in the photo, but that's a really expensive, really nice, really high-end pot. Love the pot. Alright, moving on. What else we got here? Love Brazilian rain trees. Got a couple here. They're popping. They're looking super healthy. So I can give you an overview from the top foliage here. So that's what a healthy rain tree looks like right there. These guys are doing great. I get really long whips from these guys, and then I propagate them. I use a propagation box. I'll show you that over here. That's my propagation box. It gets about 80% humidity, which is what's required to get these guys to root. Here's some of the cuttings right here. You can see it's a nice little, I can get them in focus. Some nice rain tree cuttings. There's a few ficus cuttings there as well. You can see I've put curves in them. give them a good start. These are hardwood trees, so Brazilian rain trees, the trunk's so hard you're not going to be able to bend it if it's already grown. So if you take a cutting and then bend it, then you'll have a nice curvature in the trunk when it grows later, and they're very fast growers. So this is another bench that I built. This one gets more shade, so the cuttings or things that like a lot of shade I put over here, or sometimes I'll just, you know, put things over here just for the heck of it, just for the design, you know, just to mix things up. Here we got a nice triple trunk olive. Got that out in California too. Big surprise. Got that at the swap meet. Let's see what else we got. Here's a cascade I've been working on. I think I paid like 20 bucks for that at the swap meet in California. Black pine, love black pines. Got that guy at the swap meet. It's got huge candles on it. Let's take a look at some of these candles. Look at that candle. Look at the size of that candle. Huge candles. Big old candles on this guy. Here's another much more well-developed black pine. Very ramified. It's too bushy. It needs to be thinned out. I know it. Also, it's in an oval pot. Need to get it in a rectangular pot. Black pines are masculine trees, so they belong in rectangle pots for the most part, unless they're like a literati. Here we've got a nice bougainvillea. They flower year round. They do great out here. Here we've got another one of raised Portulacarias, and also got it in a Dennis pot. Dennis is our resident potter for Phoenix Bonsai Society. That's my favorite pot of his right there. I love that pot. Really cool Portulacaria too. This here is a real special tree for me. This is a beginner tree that I did at the beginner workshop with Phoenix Bonsai Society. It went through the repotting workshop in Phoenix Bonsai Society, so real happy about that tree. Love that tree because that's the first tree that I actually did my own styling work on and did workshops on. Very cool. Alright, down here we've got some shoheens. This is a lovely shoheen Chinese elm from Peter Makasib. He's the shoheen master if you're not familiar with him, out in California. Little shoheen port. I take cuttings of all my ports and make shoheens out of them. Here we've got another black pine shoheen, also from Peter Makasib.
Different pine.
Here we've got a nice Portulacaria and a lovely pot. Look at that pot. That pot's killer. You could tell I like nice pots. Here we go. Here's a willow leaf ficus. Really nice tree. I defoliated a little bit. It's a little on the unhealthy side. Behind that we've got procumbens, juniper shoheen. That's a gawa there behind it. That I did in Ernie's workshop for wiring. Gotta know how to wire if you're gonna get good at bonsai. Essential. Some of the top things to know for bonsai. The number one thing is watering. Number one killer of bonsai trees, overwatering. What we're looking at here is a Catlin elm. Here's a Chinese elm. Here's a ficus. And that's a Portulacaria. Got another big ol' overgrown cascade juniper.
The ficus up front is a tiger ficus.
Oh yeah, we got a tiger ficus right there. And then here we got a few trees that are unkillable. This tree here, you can't kill it. It's made of wire. Same with this one. Here we've got a Mame, which is a super small bonsai. Yeah, did I show you guys this bogey? Yeah, this red bogey. We named her Thomas. This was one of the first trees that, well, this is the first tree that I got in my collection right here. This one and this Brazilian rain tree. Those are the first two that I ever bought. So they're 3 years old in my collection. They're a lot older than 3 years old, but I've had them for 3 years. Got a little bogey here too. This one actually flowers yellow. It's not flowering right now. All its flowers just fell off. Behind that, we got a desert rose there. Show you olive I got back here in a grow pot too. Oh, looky there, another Portulacaria. this in a grow pot so that I can get the trunk to thicken out. It takes meters of growth on the lateral branches. You need to grow out about a meter or so just to get a centimeter of growth on that trunk. So it's going to take a while for that to thicken up, but when it does, it'll be a really special tree. You can also see I'm using shade cloth here, 50% aluminate. The railing structure is 3/4 inch electrical conduit. It comes in 10-foot pieces at Home Depot. You cut it down with a jigsaw or a pipe cutter. I recommend using a jigsaw, way faster. But yeah, you need to use shade cloth out here. If you don't use shade cloth, your trees will fry. The other tricks you can do is find a ecosystem in your yard where they get morning sun and afternoon shade. You can also try putting burlap sacks, or you can put towels over the top of the pot and then wet them, and then they'll hold in a little moisture and it'll keep those top roots from drying out. Another good trick is to use sphagnum moss. Put sphagnum moss on the top of your trees in the summer or after you repot them, and that'll encourage the roots on the top to not die and dry out on you. So we get really hot here in the summer, so really got to be careful with that heat, and I just highly recommend using shade cloth. Since I use shade cloth, my trees are a lot healthier. Let's see, what else can I show you? Let's take a look at the fertilizer. Slow release organic. It's a 1245. I've got a...
Tell them what the numbers mean.
I've got a 574. Top number is nitrogen, so this is a low nitrogen formula. And like I was saying before, dogs love this stuff. So it smells like poop. It's organic. So you have to keep your dogs away from it. They will eat it and think that it's treat. So it's probably not very good for them. Mine have ate a couple. They didn't survive, they didn't die or throw up or anything, but still don't recommend letting your dogs accidentally eat that fertilizer. So make sure, keep it away from them. Keep your trees above a height to where they can get to it. What else I got out here? Oh, I got some iron out here. Yeah, iron. And so reason I use this is because don't have an RO water system. Actually, I'm getting an RO water system today. But without a RO water system, the water here is very hard. I'm talking 650, 700 parts per million in total dissolved solids. That is a ton of crap in the water. The pH on my water registers 0.8, or it measures 8. 8 is highly alkaline. Trees like a pH of about 6.5. The only tree that I can think of that likes alkaline water would be a Texas ebony. But besides that, I think most trees really like that 6.5 pH. And they definitely don't like 650 parts per million of a bunch of calcium and chlorine and God knows what in the water. So best thing to do is to use RO water if you can. Anyway, that's my garden. I want to show you guys just what you can do in a nice patio setting. You see I got about 40 trees in a small patio here. Looking pretty good. I love it. This has been a great hobby for me. It's very relaxing. It's definitely an Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole hobby. That's my favorite saying about this hobby, because the more that you learn about it, the more you realize how much you still have to go and how much you don't know. It's like everything you learn opens up a new door of all this other stuff that you can learn. The community is also very welcome. Phoenix Bonsai Society has been super welcoming, super friendly. And this is not a hobby that you can just pick up and learn online from YouTube videos. You need hands-on mentorship with local people in your area that know what trees can grow in your environment and know when to repot them, know when to do what. That's the key to success. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching.